That was a bad idea. I'm dizzy, but I thought it looked cool. What's up, guys? Let's roll that intro and let's talk about this lens. What's up, guys? Welcome to That Creative Life. It's me, James Mathis. Today we're going to talk about this lens. And if you're on a Fuji system, I think there's like 5 options for a kit lens, right? So you got the 15 to 45, the 16 to 50, you've got the 16 to 55, 2.8, the big boy. You got the new 16 to 80, I think it's F4, and then you have this one. It's kind of in the middle. And there's a reason we're going to talk about this one. Obviously, it's the one I have, but there are more reasons than just that. So if you are trying to get into a Fuji system and you're trying to look for a good all-around lens, this is an 18 to 55 f2.8 to f4. So it is variable apertured, and normally I hate those, except this lens. And there are a few reasons why, and we'll get into it here in a minute, but let's just talk about the absolute basic specs of this thing. It does come with a lens hood. It is a 58 millimeter filter thread. Again, like I said, f2.8 to f4 throughout the range, 18 to 55. It is the XF, which is kind of important. We'll get into that. And it also has image stabilization on the lens, and it has the controls to let you choose either automatic aperture or control your aperture. And it's got the little forever spin ring. It doesn't stop. It doesn't do anything like that. It does click, which is nice, but it doesn't stop. So your camera has to do the electronic stuff, which not a biggest fan of. I like it better when it clicks and stops and you know where 2.8 is because you just spin it all the way, but part of the lens. But this lens, if you make any kind of videos where you're walking around, it's a little tight at 18, but not unusable. I feel like it puts more emphasis on you and less on the background, which in certain vlogging setups makes sense. For landscape photography, 18 is not super wide, but it still lets you get some really nice landscape photos. And having the ability to zoom into 55 is really nice on a lens like this for B-roll, such like that. That way you have one lens, one camera, you are good to go. Now, the downsides are, to me, again, the variable aperture is a little bit annoying. There are some instances where I actually do like it because I feel like f4 is sharper, and when I'm zoomed in, I want a little more sharpness because it's going to balance the bokeh with the compression. You got a longer focal length, still blur the background fairly well at 55 as long as you're close to your subject. And I love the zoom ring. I do not like that it's external zoom. That is the one thing about the 50 to 140, which we'll talk about coming up soon, that I love is because it's all internal zoom. And usually the Canon L glass, higher end glass tends to be that way. But what is the big reason why I think this lens is good? It's the cheapest XF kit lens there is. XF just is the better quality. XC tends to be the plastic lens mount. They're the lower quality lenses, even though I'm technically using an XC to film this right now. We'll talk about that coming up too, because that's a really cool lens. It's one of my favorites, to be honest, but we'll get into that. But this is the cheapest XF, so it's the better quality glass. It still gives you 2.8 at the wide end. It's a lot more affordable than the 16 to 80 or the 16 to 55, even though those are both probably better quality lenses. This one gives you more bang for your buck, cheaper, and it gets you into using Fuji, which obviously I'm a fan of Fuji. That's why I use Fuji. But if you've been looking at different, like the X-T4, the X-H1, the X-Pro 3, whatever camera you're looking at, and you wanted to get the kit lens, but you were torn, didn't know, I went with this one specifically because it was more affordable than the high-end kit lenses, but still gave me that 2.8 on the wide end, so when I'm out and about, I can still get the blurry background that I want to get when I'm trying to vlog or make just videos being out and about. So if you've been on the fence about which kit lens to get for Fuji, that's the one I recommend. I think it has excellent optical performance. I think it provides everything you need on an affordable budget. And I hope this helped you if you've been looking into Fuji lenses. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. It'd be awesome if you subscribed. Leave a like down below, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Do you think this lens is horrible or do you think it's awesome like I do? Let me know. I'd love to hear from y'all. I love you guys. Don't forget to live that creative life. I'll see you next time.